Hi, today I am going to attempt to crack a WPA password using Backtrack 5. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a password list on your desktop. It'll be much easier if you've moved it to your desktop before you start. So we've done that, we're ready to go, and we're going to start a terminal. The first command we're going to enter is airmon-ng, and this is going to show you your interface. Our interface is WLAN 0, and we'll be using that initially, but we want to change that, so we're going to do airmon-ng start WLAN 0, and this is going to put it in monitor mode. You can see there we've got monitor mode mon 0, so that's what we'll be using throughout this. We want to bring this down, so we're going to do an if config mon 0 down, and now we want to change our MAC, so we're going to put in MAC changer -m. We're going to give a series of 6 numbers here. Start with 0, end with 5. You've got a set of 6 -mon 0. Now remember that we brought it down, so we want to bring it back up. We have our current MAC and our faked MAC, and then we're going to just bring this back up again. The next command we're going to use is aerodump ng space mon 0, and then we're going to let this scan for about 30 to 60 seconds. Watch your stations in the bottom. Make sure that we get a few stations. We're also going to look for the router that we want to crack, and we've gotten approval to do this one that I'm highlighting here right now. So once we've let that go for about 30 seconds, we've got quite a few stations down there now. We're almost at 30 seconds. We'll do a Control-C to stop this one, and then we're going to copy that BSS ID, the one that we want to crack. So the next command we're going to use is aerodump ng space C for the channel, and that is channel 6 for the one that we're using. -W, and then we're going to give it a file name. We're going to call it cracking WPA, so that we'll be able to locate our file later and use it. Space --BSS ID, and we're going to paste in that BSS ID that we copied from above. Once we've pasted that in, we want a space and then --IVS, and that's just to capture IVs, and then mon 0. We're going to let that run for just a little bit here. Yeah, we've got our station already down there. Pretty quickly that came up. We're going to open a second console, and we're going to type in air replay ng -0, and that's a deauth code. We're going to deauthenticate. We just want to do that one time. We're going to do a -E, and then the ESSID from the terminal that we're using, and that's LBKB, and then mon 0. We're going to watch for a handshake. There, we got it already. Pretty quickly we got the handshake on that first monitor. Now we want to do aircrack ng -W, and then we're going to bring in our file from our desktop with our passwords. Now we want to type in the file name that we gave it, which was cracking WPA -01.IVS, and it always adds an extension of the 01 and the IVS. And we're just going to allow that to run for a minute. If it doesn't capture it pretty quickly, we'll go ahead and pause this, and then we'll bring it back up again. But sometimes it doesn't take too long, so we'll let this run for a minute and see if it captures our passphrase. You can see how quickly this is running through the passphrases, trying to capture them. The beacons and the phrases and the keys and everything are going through pretty quickly here. I'm going to pause this for a minute. And we'll give it just a couple of more minutes here before we pause. Hopefully it will capture that passphrase for us. Some of these can take quite a while. We're pretty comfortable with this particular router and how it's set up so that we should be able to capture this quickly. Don't get frustrated if you're if it searches for quite a while. Sometimes these can take an hour or so before they'll actually come up with your passphrase. And here we are successful. It did find the key, and there you can see the key that is the password for that particular router. And I thank you so much for listening today. Come back and hear us again. Thank you.